Howdy, everybody. Welcome on into the cargo bay where it's time for a little bit of hobby talk.
Hobby talk.
Ooh, BC, you're gravelly today. How are you?
Yeah, well, this is actually how I always talk. I just put on a fake voice for the show.
That's what most of us sound like where you and I are from. We
Yeah,
all
down
sound vaguely like Sling Blade.
there. Yeah, taters and mustard. All right, I'll put on the show voice now. I know that was disturbing for a lot of listeners and viewers.
Yeah! We're back, BC!
We're back, baby.
Well, we got lots of things to talk about today, BC.
I tell you, never a quiet day in the Star Wars hobby world.
No. I mean, I guess, no, it really hasn't been for several weeks. We just haven't stayed on top of everything. I guess it's, but today we're going to talk about Chrome Black, which is out. The finest pre-order. We're going to talk about living set cards as always. We got polls. I don't think we have a comment today. That's my bad. We got a PC highlight, though. And also, perhaps most importantly, new inductee into the Cargo Bay Hall of Fame. A new card going in. So that's exciting stuff. And before I forget, we're going to advertise for Google, I think, when I click this. No! Like and subscribe! Advertise for us. Thanks, folks. Let's get into Chrome Black Auto Checklist. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a kerfuffle. So there was some, I would say, excitement, confusion, and general misinformation about this Chrome Black checklist, including the two that are featured above and below our Han Solo meme here, where initially Topps Ripped showed Mark Hamill, Liam Neeson as a first-time signer in Topps Chrome Black. My, oh my, can it be? Is it too good to be true? The answer is yes, it is too good to be true. They are definitely not in Topps Chrome Black. There was a revised auto checklist that did not include these signers and multiple other signers. So that was a fun, release day kerfuffle with the checklist where someone may have been excited to be like, oh, there's a chance for Liam Neeson's first Star Wars autograph. Amazing. Topps Chrome Black. Cool.
I'm going to buy a box right now. Yeah.
Whoops. No. Incorrect. Which obviously it leads me to wonder what checklist this is actually for, because they wouldn't have put together this. I mean, I don't think Liam Neeson would have appeared in this if they don't have them some sweet sticky signs somewhere they can slap those on a card for, but it's definitely not in Topps Chrome Black.
This is really frustrating. I'm imagining this from the perspective of working at Steel City Collectibles, and it's like, oh wow, we got a lot of Chrome Black orders in today, and then people sending a wave of emails trying to return those orders or cancel those orders. I don't know. I mean, I replied to a comment from Sam's that I was like, we might have to eat a little bit of crow on all of our trash talk on Chrome Black. And that was primarily because now there are Luthen autos in this set, which is exciting to us. But I thought, Luthen autos on top of Mark Hamill, on top of Liam Neeson, now we got something that's maybe starting to justify that ridiculously high price. You know, I feel like maybe even had misled some people a little bit. No, wrong. I'm still saying it's not a great bargain for the product. We'll get into that, but yeah, this is a big mistake as far as I'm concerned. It made me really upset.
It's made me very upset too, because I spent a not inconsiderate checking and refreshing eBay looking for the Brasso autograph, which was listed on the checklist. Because there's a significant amount of Andor characters who were listed on there. Cyril and Dedramiro and Brasso and a bunch of other Andor characters who was like, oh, first time autographs, that would be cool.
Yeah.
And then nothing. I was like, what's going on? And I saw the checklist had been revised. I'm like, oh, there's no Brasso. Just sadness all around. So definitely a bummer with the Topps Chrome Black checklist auto kerfuffle there. I mean, it was revised fairly quickly, but still, like the fact that there's conflicting information at all about who the signers are, I mean, definitely is something that would have pissed me off if I had bought a whole bunch of this.
Yeah, kind of frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm guessing, BC, you put all this together today. The document looks great. I'm going to see what's on the next page. It is, of course, some chrome black examples here. The cards are out. They're out there. People are getting them. How you feel about it, BC?
I still do not like this.
Yeah.
So it's one encased autograph and then 3 cards, of which I believe 1 or 2 are parallels. I'm pretty sure. This is the general look of what you get. There's also the fantastic fights is the insert in the set, which I'm just kind of like, it doesn't wow me. It's all right. You pointed out that the autographs look like they're standing in front of a computer.
Yeah. Sorry, you dropped for a second there, BC. Yeah, an Alienware computer. Like it really does. Like I want to say I like these more than last year's Chrome Black. I don't hate the autos, especially. Like I would be happy to have that Luthen auto. I would be happy to have a Brasso auto out of this, but it really does just look like they're standing in front of a 2012 computer, like gaming computer.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's kind of the same aesthetic as on the Fantastic Fights. Doesn't look like Star Wars to me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. It is, to me, it is purely a gamble if you're opening these at $100 a box. And we'll look at some sold listings and what you maybe shouldn't expect on some things that have sold, and what are probably more likely what you should expect on if you did buy a box and what these sell for. But the base cards are fine. They tend to sell for a few bucks. Parallels, depending on the character you get, can get you some money back. But just the scarcity of what you actually get in it is such a risky proposition that I'm kind of like, just buy what you want with $100 and you'll be probably way happier than the gamble of the box. Or if you just are cool with the gamble of the box, that's fine too. But if you want to like know for sure that you're going to get what you want, just go buy them for definitely less than the cost of opening a box, Yeah,
and I mean, maybe a 2012 gaming rig is your aesthetic. I can understand that. I don't like these base cards. I don't like the polka dots. But again, maybe you do. But I'll move on to the next slide here. Wowza, BC. That's a big price on that Jyn Erso. That's a cool card. The alternate autographs look pretty good to me. I like those. I mean, I think that's a great looking Jyn card that sold for $1,050.
$1,050. Yeah, I mean, if you do hit and you hit big, obviously there's money there. This is definitely the exception, and not the norm. But
yeah,
I mean, good characters and good, signers are always going to command a higher price. So they are out there, which is nice. If you did pull a Jyn Erso or a Luthen or a Rey, there are cool autographs that are in the set, but just a little rare. But those of 5s do command a nice price. So that's on the very high end of what you could expect.
Yeah.
Now, if we want to get back to setting some more, I'd say, realistic expectations.
Yeah, let's see what's over here.
Hop on over to the next slide. Now, the first card is one that I just had to include for the listing itself, which is the Cliff Cheers 1 of 1 that did sell for $350.
That's a pretty good price on that card, I think.
For a Cliff from Cheers card, that's pretty good. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But for me, the Cinta autograph was like, oh, that's cool. An Andor character. She rocks an Andor. $27 with 13 bids. I'm like, reasonable.
I could be in the market for that in different circumstances. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I was like, I'm watching a few of those just to see, like, hey, if I could $20. That'd be cool. I have to ask you, do you know who Graf Ditcher is?
Is that the guy in Obi-Wan who glares at him?
The
For
glaring
the
guy
fish?
from Obi-Wan? That
Yeah.
might be.
The fish
So
market?
the Graf Ditcher
I'm not sure.
of the Graf Ditcher of 50 gold sold for $14.
Yeah.
I think that from what I've seen, people who are cracking cases of this, which is a really big gamble, but if you do want to try to get that sort of case hit, something that you may get a little bit of ROI on your case for. I've seen a lot of cases that are even the case hits are not major. I'm seeing a lot of Graf Ditcher style autographs, a lot of children's autographs.
That's something I do not like.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to picture the little hands signing my cards. I don't
No.
know who's in charge in that situation, but personally, I don't like that. I'm sure there are some folks out there, who collect, because their first appearance cards or whatever. That's not my bag. I don't like that at all.
Not for me, dog. No thanks, but I just from what I've seen, even the case, whatever 8 or 12 boxes or whatever it is, it's still pretty rough. Of course, there are some gems out there, but again, this is a definite cargo bay buyer beware. Get you some singles online for a much more reasonable price.
Yeah. All right. Well, BC, what we got next? We got 2023 Finest. Let's talk about Finest, because I'd say we've had two other Chrome Finest releases. If you don't count the way back Finest, which we adore. I don't know.
One of my all-time favorite sets.
Yeah. Just a complete banger. They've been pretty reliable. So how do you feel about this one, BC?
I feel I like Finest. I was kind of surprised. Like, it's one of these things, like, on October 30th, they're like, hey, this is going on pre-order, or whatever it was. Like, it would just, the Topps email came through.
So fast.
You can pre-order it. Yeah. For $150, I was like, I'll get a box,
nice,
because I do like Finest.
Yeah, we've had fun with our boxes.
I thought about getting two, but then I was like, Christmas is coming up and I got to tighten the old purse strings a little bit. So we'll see. It's one that I'm 90% sure that I'm going to rip on the cargo bay. But there's also 10% of me. It's like, I've got my own nice growing portion of the cargo hold up here too. Yeah. So we'll see. But in terms of price, I thought 150 was not terrible compared to even what other boxes of Finest have been in the past. So I dig the design. I know I've seen people who don't, but I don't know. I thought it was interesting enough for me to say, I'll open a box of this.
Yeah, I like this design because I like a very obvious parallel. And I like hard borders on the color parallel. Like that, last year's, I do like those cards a lot, but it kind of fades. The blue kind of fades in, or the green kind of fades into the image. I'm guessing the parallels are just going to be where that Ahsoka is orange.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
It is a big old border on there, but that they got a kind of a Star Warsy font. I don't know. And they got little pill designs down there. I like it. I also, from experience, know that the Finest cards I haven't loved the look of in the past, when I've gotten them in hand, I've been like, these are good looking cards. Or even seeing them on eBay, I'm like, these in person are printed in a way that I enjoy. So yeah, I don't know about this Finest Warriors insert set. I understand it is like paying tribute to like a 1997 Topps baseball insert. I like that aspect of it, that it looks like something that would have been marketing for episode 2. So I don't know. I'm excited to see you potentially rip some of these. Also, like that Han Solo box. That's fun.
I mean, what's not to love about that Han Solo box? I mean, come on, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, it was just kind of a surprise thing. I think it had been noted that there was going to be a 2023 finest, but it's just one of those like just showed up as a few other sets have, for
undercut
pre-order.
your chrome black prices, I guess. It just seems like wait a couple weeks because it's going to be late. So why not? Why not? I guess because they're anticipating once Christmas is closer, people aren't going to spend money on cards. I don't know.
Yeah, potentially. It does seem like the card market takes a back burner once it does get closer to Christmas, because there's probably more important things people could be spending their money on for their loved ones.
Like their children, yeah.
Right, yeah, like their kids and that sort of stuff, and just general tightening of the budget at the end of the year. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird, the cadence that they've had this year in terms of the releases. Like, there's been no real, feels like, rhyme or reason to the release schedule. It's like some things are pre-order in one place, some things like it's pre-order, but it's the next day and it's a limited time. And you're just like, what's happening? So I don't know. I guess it's the new Fanatics way. But I can certainly understand being overwhelmed as a collector by all this stuff that's coming out. I just think it's easier for me to say, well, I don't like high tech and I don't like chrome black. So if I am going to spend any money, it's going to be here,
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm hopeful that autograph list that wasn't chrome black is in this set. Although I think it's interesting that we have Deidre as our featured signer here. You would think that if Liam Neeson were in the product, that would be the that would be the image they would use.
Sheet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hopefully Brasso's in this. I like this autograph design. I would love a bunch of Andor autographs to come out.
Yeah, I think it would be cool. I do want to get those Andor autographs, especially since we haven't heard anything about an Andor season 1 set. Which, hey, our fingers are always crossed. It does make me wonder, like, if that checklist isn't for this, or it wasn't for chrome black, and it's not for finest, and it's either like the 2022 masterwork that just never came out and is eventually getting added to that. But it's like, they have all these signers, but what set is it actually for? It's a mystery. We can all just wildly speculate on.
Stay tuned to the cargo bay to find out.
Yes, indeed.
BC, we have our poll results in. We had a vote for what character should be in the TCB Hall of Fame, and Vader with the win, although Princess Leia close behind.
Yes, indeed.
I kind of thought that was the way this would go, Vader, kind of an icon of cinema and pop culture more than maybe anything else from Star Wars.
Probably, yeah, definitely the most recognizable singular image, I would say, Star Wars. Yeah, so we have heard the people, and by golly, the Cargo Bay Hall of Fame committee has convened, and we are ready to unveil the next inductee into the Cargo Bay Hall of Fame.
Are we going to make people angry? I don't know. We decide. Oh. I'm ready at your command, BC.
Raise the curtain.
There it is, BC, Lord Darth Vader.
Lord Darth Vader, indeed. I think this is probably the coolest Darth Vader card from any of the 77 set.
Yeah.
Real portraity. It's the first time that Topps got wise to, like, hey, people really are responding to this Darth Vader character. Maybe we should have like a cool card. And the fact that it's Lord Darth Vader as the title, I just love it. I think it's a beautiful card, beautiful image. So everyone, if you don't, go out and grab you one of these. It's a great card in hand. But yeah, welcome to the Cargo Bay Hall of Fame, Darth Vader from 1977.
Have we ever confirmed, is this a painting? This is not a photograph, is it? It's hard to tell on this card stock, but I've always assumed that this was a painted image because of the proportions of the helmet are a little different. But also, the helmet's weird from episode 4, so I don't know.
So I'm looking at it right now. It does not, like, in hand, it does not look like a photograph. It may just be really poor photo quality.
Right.
But I know some of the cards in the set do have like
the X-Wing
kind of
and
that
TIE
matte,
Fighter are painted.
yeah, the matte painted style. So it's really hard to tell. I think that just adds to the allure for me.
There are other perhaps more valuable Darth Vader cards, that horizontal, the first card with Vader on it. But this has kind of always been our favorite from.
Well, even in that card, he's sharing space with someone else. You know, it's like this is a portrait that belongs in a gallery, as it now is hung in the Cargo Bay Hall of Fame.
Beautiful. Beautiful stuff, BC. I think that's a good looking Hall of Fame. We got a lot of vintage in there, but I mean, even as someone who doesn't have a good vintage collection at all, I cannot deny kind of the Star Wars cards that are the most important are those original Star Wars cards. But I think, who knows, maybe next week we take a little detour. Maybe we start throwing up some more controversial cards into the collection. Who knows?
I like it. Let's get wild.
BC, I do have a poll here that we'll throw up after the video. We can also make alterations right now if you have any suggestions, but I just wanted to put these sets against each other. Chrome Black, High Tech, Chrome Legacy, and Galaxy Chrome. Although I'm open to taking Galaxy Chrome out and sticking something else in there. What do you think, BC?
I like it. I think I feel like Galaxy Chrome is the runaway.
Yeah, which is why I'm okay with deleting it. Maybe get some interesting data.
Yeah, maybe make it a little more competitive because it does feel like Galaxy Chrome is the top tier of the more modern-y kind of stuff. Because we've got, most recently, obviously we talked about Black, Tech, Legacy, maybe Finest, if we wanted to do Finest among those.
Oh, man.
And then have them duke it out.
I'm so confused. I guess that's Legacy and Finest. I have a hard time separating.
Almost identical, yeah. Legacy.
Maybe I'll just put Finest in there too. Did Legacy? Was there a Legacy this year?
There was not Legacy.
Okay, well then
this year.
I'll definitely take out Legacy and replace it with Finest. And I may just delete Galaxy Chrome and let those three duke it out.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting to see what among those which would have the highest demand among the audience.
Of course, I could keep it to Chrome Black, High Tech, and Stellar Signatures, or whatever the encased autos are, just to keep it to small count, high end stuff. Maybe I should run a poll on what poll to run. Anyway,
meta poll.
Some form of this is going to be up on our community tab. I know how to get there on desktop. I don't know how to get there on mobile. Excuse me. I got a frog lady in my throat. Moving on. Look at this picture from Topps Card Trader, BC. What is this? Are these the Ahsoka cards we never got?
I guess so. You shared this with me, and obviously I've been off of the Card Trader app for a little while now. So I assume they would have been doing this. Just further baffling as to why we never got this set as Topps on demand. Topps now.
I think it's kind of a cool design. There's a lot of stuff that comes into the Card Trader that I like the design of that we never see. So this, although it almost looks like they're taking inspiration from the Cargo Bay borders here, BC. I think maybe Topps is watching the Cargo Bay.
Papa Top's watching the old Cargo Bay, huh? Well, if you want to send us a case of Finest to crack and then just say how much we absolutely love it, well, email us. We'll send you you can check our email at the end and you can just send that to us. We'll look at it.
The Cargo Bay can be bought. If you send us a box of Finest, we won't say anything negative during the opening. So
absolutely, we'll save all of our we'll save all of our negative thoughts for off the air,
or maybe a later video that less people will watch. But
I don't know. Just I was baffled when you sent me that. I was like, why didn't they do it? I don't know. Strange.
BC, we got new living set cards, and I think these are great additions here, BC. Great looking cards.
We've got the Dr. Thunder R2D2. Tubi. Tubi.
Yeah,
And
Tubi.
Admiral Radis. Yeah.
Well, how about that? I guess it could. I guess it could be Toby.
It looks like it wants to be Toby, but if it's R2 BHD,
BHD is a chemical that's inside of that diet can,
yeah.
Diet Coke.
2B, so 2B makes sense. 2 TOO, too much. I'm gonna call him Toby. I don't even care about it.
Yeah, it's Toby now. That's what we've decided. I like these cards. They're good looking. Radis, of course, deserving of a card. And, I don't remember seeing this droid in the movie, but I like obscure droid cards in the living set. So, nice.
Yeah. It's always like, oh, hey, I didn't know you had an call sign there, but I appreciate now knowing what it is. As we are
kind
on,
of knowing.
461 and 462. It continues to baffle me, the living set, as large as this is. Again, shout out to all you wild collectors who are doing the whole shebang.
Man,
amazing.
The light on both of these is beautiful. Real pretty. All right. Well, what's up next, BC? But a PC pickup, BC.
That's right. Just out of sadness for not being able to get a Brasso autograph out of Chrome Black, I said I need a Brasso fill.
Yeah.
So I went back to a little long-term project that I'm working on, which is the green foils of $4.99, ultra rare of the Andor characters.
SSP.
Super short print. Yeah. There's only, and now I have one of them. So there's only 4.
There's only, I lost you for a second. There's only 4 more that you need? Is that what you said?
No, I've got now one of the 499.
Oh, I see.
So there's only 498 left. So
yeah,
everyone go out there and get one while you can.
Yeah.
Because in addition to this, there's also the 199s, the 99s, the 25s, the 50,
the 299s,
and so on and so on. But
which is what I collect.
Right, but of the 499s, there's one less out there. So everyone, make sure you're on that train. Now I think I have like 6 of the Andor characters from the set now. There's several in there, so
yeah,
I'm just kind of like picking them up, infrequently. They're like $5, so it's just a fun thing that as my green parallel brain thinks about it all. I'll go and grab one of these every once in a while, but. I was happy to see Brasso show up in the mail.
I won another Andor Orange for $1 ship. That's a grand total of $2.
Amazing.
That's pretty exciting. Yeah, hopefully someday. I'm hoping again that these are common enough that they stay around on eBay for years and I can keep picking them up cheap, because someday I would.
Yeah.
I do like the look of these cards a lot in the weird foil. They feel like something. Like, I know they don't look high-end, but they really feel like something I would have gotten as a kid, like at Dollar General, because it had sat around on the shelves for a while or something. And I don't know. I like these cards. I'm looking forward to having the full Andor set from here eventually.
Yeah, I'm still a big flagship fan.
Yeah.
As a set collector person, I think I need 2 cards to complete the main, the main set, not the master set that's got like the AKA and the
short,
the hollow. And
I saw someone selling the complete short print collection on Facebook for like $60 the other day, and I was like, "That's a good deal, pretty good." There's a lot of cards that are hard to pick up at auction. So,
did we ever find? Is that Luke? That's cool Luke short print. Have you seen that one?
I have. I've seen it. I've just been so broke. That I've seen it go for between $30, 20, 30, 40, somewhere around there. It's what it's selling for. A lot of them are damaged or whatever, but I do want that card eventually. They used it in high tech, and it's really funny because they cut it out for high tech, and there's like a big leaf in front of him cut out along with his figure, which I don't like at all. Anyway, I think that short print looks way cooler in flagship than in high tech. Also, that Vader short print is just really cool looking with the the white.
Is it the Rogue One?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is super sick. Again, shout out flagship for just being the yeoman's product this year.
There's a cargo hold box right over there.
Yeah, I've got mine up there. I'm very excited. I've got my wide vision from Narkina 5 on my upper card garden up here, which I need to show off at some point. I love that thing so much. I was so happy when I opened that big old pack and there was a Kino Loy and Cassian Andor on Narkina 5. I was like, this is real. It exists.
They should have done an Andor set. Give us the Andor set.
Give us the Andor set, you cowards.
Come on. Well, BC, I guess that's it for this week. We're about to record our Galaxy Series 2 set guide. That's exciting. Maybe you saw a little thing called American Talkers in your feed. Didn't seem like a lot of you enjoyed that, which is fair. We are going to do one of those a month. That's mostly for our podcast feed. Sorry. If you like this show, very well may not like that one or who we are on that one. That's okay. May or may not push that to your subscription feed, but we are continuing with the set guides. Just, I think 3 set guides a month is enough. Believe it or not, it's easier to watch an episode of American Chopper than it is to prepare a set guide. Which is saying something, because those things are long.
I like doing the set guides to a degree, except for when it comes to sourcing all of the images that go into it and having to like copy and paste them into a document. I just want there to be a much easier way for that to occur.
I wish there was a database
done, I dig it.
That was easy to scroll through and not have to individually screenshot and cut the edges and hope to find an image of the card that isn't crooked or doesn't need altering.
When they are crooked, it makes me lose my mind.
So you heard them, folks. When you list your cards on eBay, make those things all square, please.
Please.
Well, until next week, bye forever, I suppose. I'm ready, BC, when you are.
Shoot.
There, that was perfect.
We did it.
I forget to make our faces big.